Hey everybody, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be ranking all 7 Predator movies from worst to best, as a matter of fact. This is another ranking video that I've also have been waiting to do. Because if you guys did see my ranking of all of the Alien movies, you guys know that I was going to have a ranking put out here soon in like the next 2 days or so, and I did, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, I'm really excited to rank these movies because I recently watched all these, and before that I watched all the Alien movies. But to be honest, I think the Predator movies are better than the Alien movies, if you were to ask me. But I did a ranking of all the Alien movies first because of Alien Romulus, and I haven't been able to do a ranking of those movies yet. But I did do a ranking of that, and now I'm able to do a ranking of the Predator movies. So it's time for me to rank all of them, as a matter of fact. And I do want to warn you guys that I am also new to this franchise, so I am gonna have some different takes than you long-term Predator fans, just FYI. But so yeah, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, and I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube, be sure to go check out my channel, as a matter of fact, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy. And be sure to click like on this video and share this video with your friends. Hit that red subscribe button, but most importantly, press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. But without any further ado, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started here. Alright, so coming in last place at number 7, I have to give it to Prey. So now, I know a lot of you Predator fans really liked this movie, and it came out in 2022, so it wasn't too long ago, and it was a Hulu original kind of movie. But my issue with this movie, if you guys did see my ranking of all the Alien movies, I wasn't a fan of Prometheus or Covenant because I didn't think a whole prequel before the original Alien movie was necessary. But and that's kind of how I feel about Prey. I did not think that Prey was I did not think the original Predator needed a prequel at all, because despite it not being an origin story, I still did not think it needed a prequel at all. And Prometheus was an origin story to tell where the aliens came from, but this one wasn't. But still, this prequel, it wasn't a really necessary prequel in my opinion. And yeah, I would say this movie is mediocre at best because I didn't feel like it was like a necessary prequel. And I'm not so sure I even finished this movie because I think my dad finished this movie when we watched it, and I went off and did something else because I wasn't intrigued by the concept or the storyline that much. And yeah, in my opinion, this just wasn't a necessary movie in my opinion. Up next at number 6, I have to give it to Predator 2. So now this is the sequel to the original Predator, and just a quick disclaimer, from here on out I like all of these movies. It's only Prey I'm not real fond of as much. But with this movie, I think this is a solid sequel. But but there is a nitpick I have with this movie. It doesn't really feel like it, in some ways it doesn't feel like it's a sequel to the original Predator film, because it doesn't take place in the wild or the forest or the woods like the first one did. It's like the Predator came to New York City, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is not in this one. For those of you that don't know, it's Danny Glover is in this movie, and I do like his character on how he's trying to like hunt down the Predator and keep the city safe, but yeah, since it doesn't have like our returning characters, and or our main characters don't feel like characters that are like closer to from the first film, it doesn't really feel like a sequel to the first one. I feel like if they stuck with that, or if they stuck to the original story with the first one, and it took place in the woods, I think that would make it feel more like a sequel to me. Well, at least in my opinion. But yeah, that's the biggest nitpick I have with this movie, and unfortunately, I had to place it at number 6. If I didn't have that one nitpick, I probably could have put it a lot higher. Up next at number 5 is Alien versus Predator, the first one. So now, if you guys did see my ranking of all the Alien movies, you guys will know my feelings on with this one. There's a lot of parts that I think are slow in this movie. Like the whole setup to this movie, I don't really like, because it's slow. It doesn't really feel fast paced in my opinion. But yeah, but the in between parts in this movie, I think are really good. They're action packed. The Predator and the Alien coming face to face, and a crossover, I think is really cool. And what I really like about this crossover is we don't really know why the Alien and the Predator are fighting each other, and so I think that makes it for like a far better concept. I think that adds really good detail into the fight between them, and to like this whole crossover thingy-majig. I think it's really cool, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I enjoyed this movie for what it was, and for a crossover, I thought it worked really well. But the whole setup I don't particularly care for, and there's a few parts that I think are kind of meh. But for the most part, I would say this is an okay to a good movie. It falls in between there, as a matter of fact. But I don't think that this movie is too bad, as a matter of fact. Up next at number 4, I have to give it to Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So yeah, this is a black sheep. This is the black sheep for both the Alien and the Predator franchise, because a lot of people hate this movie, and a lot of people say the first Alien vs. Predator is better. But in my opinion, I think this movie is by far a little bit better, because this movie actually keeps me entertained more than the first Alien vs. Predator, because the whole setup to this movie is really well done. And I like how it picks up where the first Alien versus Predator ended. And I also like the whole sequence when the Predator and the aliens are in the sewers, and whatnot. I think that's really cool, and I like how all that is shot. And with this movie in particular, I don't think this movie is slow pace in any part of this movie. I think it's all fast paced, and it just feels more of like an action packed story and an action packed movie too as well. But but I think this is a good movie, but this movie does hold back for me because I'm not a fan of how this movie ends, like at all. Like, they bomb the city just to get the Predator and the alien, and then there's this one guy that's pissed because they bombed the town just to kill the alien and the Predator, and they killed everybody in that town. And then because they just thought that was the only result left to do. And yeah, this is by far one of the worst endings I have ever seen in a movie, if you were to ask me, because for such an action-packed story, I feel like this could have ended this could have ended better. Like they could have found like some other way to like they could have gone two other ways with the ending in this movie, in my opinion. Like, they could have found some other way to defeat the alien and the Predator, or they could have kept the alien and the Predator alive and set up for an Alien versus Predator 3, which was not going to happen, but that was another option that they could have done. They could have made another Alien versus Predator movie, but yeah, in my opinion, I just felt like there was some other way that they could kill the alien and the Predator. And another thing I don't like about this movie is the fact that the alien injects a pregnant mother when she's pregnant, and then the baby and comes out of her stomach and turns into like this alien thing. And I don't like watching awful things happening to children, and I don't like when women get treated fairly. And when I heard somebody talk about this scene in a movie, that worried me that was going to be like a big subplot of this movie, and it turns out it wasn't. It was like in that one little scene, so it didn't really affect me as much, but I still hate that scene completely, as a matter of fact. So yeah, if it's one little scene, it doesn't really bother me, but I still dislike that scene and despise it. But when that's just like a main part of the movie, then I don't like it, and this movie would automatically be in last place for me, as a matter of fact. But since it's not, it's only like one little scene in the movie, I feel like this that is why this movie is higher up, and because it has like a more action-packed story compared to the first Alien versus Predator. Next up, at number 3, I have to give it to Predators, the third film in the franchise. So now, if you were to ask me, I actually think that this is a pretty good take on the Predator franchise, because I like the whole concept of them not being on Earth. They crash land into like a different planet, and they don't know what's going on, but then they find out that there's a bunch of predators on the planet as well. It's not quite as good as the original, but but it's still pretty good, and I do think the whole concept of this movie is pretty interesting, as a matter of fact. But I feel like in this movie there's a lot of dumb decisions made. Like you have people that are refusing. You have, like, some of the characters don't even help the others. They just allow them to die, as a matter of fact. And I don't know why they do that. That's like the dumbest decision ever when you're on a strange planet and when you're in the middle of the woods. And I don't know why they would do such thing like that. And then there's a guy that was on death row, and he was about to get eaten by one of the critters that was in the middle of the forest, and then somebody shot that critter and saved him. If he was on death row, and if he was in prison, you should have just let him die. You should have just let him die, because he was threatening everybody, and he put a knife to somebody's head when it wasn't even necessary. It's just that was just a dumb decision, as a matter of fact, and it was so annoying. It's just always annoying when the meanest person, like, always gets away with it. But he got away with it, from my point of view, at least once or twice. But then he didn't. But then he didn't, because he got his just dessert at the end. Like I said, I think this movie is pretty good. It's a really good take on the Predator franchise, but this movie does hold back for me a little bit, because because of all the dumb decisions that are made in this movie. At number 2, our runner-up is going to be The Predator from 2016. So now, this may be a little bit of a hot take, but to be honest, I really enjoy this movie. Actually, I do think, out of all the Predator follow-ups, this one is the best, because I like the whole modern take on the Predator franchise, and I like how it tells the story. They actually changed up the story a little bit in this movie compared to the story in the original Predator film, and I really like that whole concept. And I think the acting in this movie is really good. The whole science escape scene when the Predator was taken in to, like, the science lab and he escaped. I thought that scene was pretty cool. And yeah, as a sci-fi movie, I really enjoy this movie. It's an action sci-fi thriller, in my opinion. And yeah, I enjoy this movie quite a bit. And in my opinion, it is the best Predator follow-up compared to all the other Predator movies, because I just like the whole concept of it being modernized, and the fact and how they changed it up a little bit, I actually thought was pretty good as well. And it comes in at number 2 on my list. But for me, coming in the first place is going to be the original Predator. Like I said, all of these were first-time watches for me, and all of these and the original Predator movie is my favorite, in my personal opinion, because I think this is one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies ever. And in the first half, it seems like just like a normal action thriller, but in the end, it becomes like a bit of a horror. But in the second half, it becomes a little bit of a horror thriller because you have the Predator coming in, as a matter of fact. I really enjoyed this movie, and this is like probably one of the best action sci-fi thrillers ever made. And I like the whole concept of this movie. The story in this movie is pretty great. The performance of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, rest in peace, Carl Weathers, is pretty good too. And yeah, I enjoyed this movie for what it is, and it comes in the first place in my ranking, as a matter of fact. So there you have it, guys. There is my ranking of all 7 Predator movies, as a matter of fact. Let me know down in the comment section your ranking, or just tell me which one's your least favorite and which one's your favorite. As a matter of fact, I love to have a great discussion, and my list is not the right list. It's just my list, and I would also love to see your list as well, as a matter of fact, guys. But with any further ado, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video, as a matter of fact. Be sure you guys, if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also play video games, I do Lego related stuff, I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube, be sure to go check out my channel, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy. And be sure you click like on this video, share this video with your friends. But please make sure you hit that red subscribe button, but most importantly, press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. Without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna go get ready back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. And with that said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye.